Hey guys, Fire here with another Pro Teamfight breakdown, and this time we'll be looking at the Cloud9 versus Gambit gaming game from the recent IEM. Now the first thing I really want to point out is probably the most impactful part of this fight that I wouldn't have even realised if I didn't watch the game. Both teams danced around the Dragon Pit for about a minute, but right here, about halfway through that dance, Kha'Zix gets level 11. Now this means he can evolve his E, giving him the reset capability, and it turns out to be a huge part of this fight, as you'll see later. So let's just look at the items on each team and kind of why they chose to force a fight. Now the global gold here is in favour of Gambit, but the items are really in favour of Cloud9. Now firstly, Zed has finished his Blade of the Ruined King, whereas Kha'Zix only has 2 components but no actual finished item. The other main thing is that Lucian has bought a BF sword, whereas Jinx has an extra Doran's and level 2 boots. Now this really means that in a full on fight, Lucian should output more damage than Jinx will. The final thing here to look at are going to be the top laners. Now Balls is 35 CS behind, and that difference is going to be a good portion of Gambit's gold lead, but compare his items to Darian's and there's no real advantage, so even though Balls is behind, it doesn't actually translate into anything. Now adding all of this up, really Cloud9 are ahead coming into this fight, especially considering Rumble is the god of early dragon fights with his ultimate. Now this is where the fight actually starts. Nocturne is jumping onto Vi to try and get the dragon still, but there's already a fight going on in the background. Now if I bring up the minimap, you can see that Zed is fighting Kha'Zix off to the side and it actually takes him really low, but he uses everything, his blade, ignite, and even his ultimate. Now fortunately for Kha'Zix, Lissandra is actually using her claw right here to get to Kha'Zix, at which point Zed uses his shadow to get out. Now even though Zed didn't pick up the kill, he made Gambit split and left the 3 at Dragon extremely vulnerable because there's no real way for Lissandra or Kha'Zix to get back to their team without running through Cloud9. I'm going to skip this forward because this is the point where Gambit really turned the fight and this stops Cloud9 collapsing onto the 3 isolated players and mopping up the fight. Without this play by Edward, I'm pretty confident that Gambit would have completely lost the fight. So he lands a 2-person stun onto Rumble and Lulu, with Zed actually stepping on Jinx's Chomper just after. Now more importantly though, he acts as a shield here, buying time for Lissandra and Kha'Zix to get back into the fight. So right now he's got the attention of 4 players, he's locked them in place, and as soon as they get out of the stun and would be able to kill him, he flashes away and returns to help Jinx. Now the reason I think this play saves the fight is because what would have happened if he didn't do it? Now if he didn't distract them and hold them there, then they would have just collapsed onto Jinx and Vi and killed them really quickly. Now Rumble actually placed his ultimate at the entrance of the Dragon Pit, meaning that Jinx and Vi had to walk over a good portion of it, taking a lot of damage, and even after the stun ends, Rumble flashes in and they kill Jinx pretty easily, almost killing Vi too. Now if you add even just Zed or Lucian to that follow up, they'd have been killed way before Lissandra or Kha'Zix could have got there to help. The final thing to really look at is what happens now that Edward has bought that time. Now Lissandra comes in here and ults Vi, with Lula counter ulting to save him. You'll also notice that this is a good portion of the way through the fight, and Lucian hasn't really been able to do anything yet, so it kind of negates that item advantage that I mentioned at the start. Kha'Zix is also sitting off the top of the screen and he jumps onto Zed, gets the reset and jumps straight out. Now remember earlier that I said Kha'Zix getting level 11 was the biggest factor of this fight? Well, this is really the first moment that it counts. Now if he didn't have it evolve, Lucian would have picked up that kill pretty easily, then the kill on Lissandra, and suddenly Cloud9 win the fight. And I'm going to play the end of the fight now too, because without this play by Kha'Zix, Cloud9 would have been left with 3 alive to the probably 1 alive of Gambit and come out on top, proving that this game really is a game of inches. Now I'm also going to play the fight through now with the commentary so you can see all of these things play out in real time.
Going to be tanking up the damage from that one. They're stood on top of a pink ward right now, so Cloud9 have full vision of this one as the chompers go back in. There is Meteos diving in. Diamond going to get the better of that one, and look at Edward. 4-man stun there at the front, keeping everyone away from the fight. Darian will ult in on towards high. Alex jumps in, jumps back out of the fight. Meteos did pick up a kill there at the back of things, and Darian is super low. Sneaky will be able to finish him off. Fail flash from Sneaky in the back of Dragon Pit. He's going to pay for it with his life, or is he? There's Alex diving in. Double kill, double jump. Amazing from Alex Hitch, that's 4 kills.
So thanks for watching guys, and please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm always looking to do more of these, so if you see a fight you think I should do, then tweet or Facebook message me and I'll take a look. Please follow my stream, like my Facebook, follow my Twitter, and I'll catch you in the next video.